Vagabond Chapter 3. Man, I was expecting a fight. I was expecting that this guy who we just met in the previous chapter, who killed the father of Akame, will fight Takezo. But no, he did not. We do get some action. Yes, we do. But it's not the action what you guys are expecting. Anyways, I'll get to that later. First, let me go through the entire chapter. So, apparently, this guy's name is Tenma, and he knows very well about the business of Akame and her mother, and he pretty much knows her mother by her first name. Her mother's name is Oko, and seeing the fact that this man killed Akame's father, I could only assume that his father, her father, and Tenma would have worked with each other. This Tenma guy belongs to this gang. The gang's name is Tsukikaze, and this basically does the same thing as what Oko does, which is steal stuff from dead bodies and probably injured people as well. And by the time these three are talking, Matahachi and Oko are basically removing all the things that they have hidden away to safety. The swords, the armors, the weaponry, everything. They're just taking it out, whatever they have stolen from the Sekigahara battle, and it's in abundance. I mean, the entire room was filled with that shit. I was quite surprised. Even the characters were quite surprised. And there is this scene where Takezo looks at this wooden sword, and he kind of swings it around, and Oko kind of in a more seductive manner says that with the sword in your hand you look more manly. And the reaction what Takezo gives is a bit naive, a more childish reaction than what an adult would have done. I mean, he pretty much acts like Zoro from One Piece. I'm being honest with you. The entire scene, it didn't look like it was Takezo, but it looked like it was Zoro. And every time when Zoro talks to a woman, he is more concerned about his sword and her sword, if she has one, than to actually talk or have any interactions with them. So, yeah, it kind of reminded me of Zoro for some reason. I don't know why. But later that night, we get to see some advances of Oko. Now, the whole idea for why Oko has been uh, giving these two people shelter and was not serving them, but was helping them out, was because she wanted to satisfy her sexual desires. It's understandable, she is living in the woods alone, and her husband is dead for quite a while now, you know. It was rather understandable for from her side for her advances. I mean, she had her eye on Matahachi since he is a bumbling idiot and he could have easily fallen for her. No doubt about that, you know. But seeing the fact that he is engaged and he has a fiance, that's the reason why he didn't do anything when she was revealing in front of him in the previous chapter. Like I said, she kind of was seductive in a manner, kind of in a creepy way. In this chapter, she kind of goes to Takezo. No, she leans over him And when Takezo passes out, she takes him to the bedroom and kind of tries to, you know, tries to kiss him, try to get him into some sort of sexual act. And it seems that Takezo is not really an experienced man when it comes to dealing with women, seeing the fact that he just freaks out. He pushes her and he, goes back, moves back himself. And by the time, the most interesting part about this whole scene was that by the time Takezo was passed out, we get to see his flashback. We get to see a brief part of his childhood where he's talking about his mother to his father. He's asking his father, "Where is mom? Where is my mother?" And his father seems to be a samurai, and he seems to be an extremely strict person, because the father just disregards the question and says that your mother is not coming back. She is no longer your mother. Don't call her your mother. And he then beats the shit out of him. I mean, it's not shown, but it's shown that Takezo is on the ground and he's staring at his father in anger. And the scene kind of indicates the reason why Takezo is such an aggressive person when it comes to battle. The reason why he's so ruthless, and the reason why he has a survival instinct, because of such a strict father. I mean, this guy, instead of consoling his son, beats the shit out of him just because his child is looking for her mother. No wonder why Takezu has such a conduct where he fights to survive, and he has that will, because every single day this man had to deal with this person who is strict and also abusive. And at a time like these, I think that probably made him more stronger, unlike Matahachi, who's a wimp. But by the end of this chapter, the gang and Tenma knocks on Oko's door, and I believe that at least in the next chapter we will get some sort of action. And I mean action, some bloodshed, some gore. I hope that both Takezo and Matahachi would use these weaponries that they have and would kill off at least a few people of the Tsukikaze gang. That would be quite interesting to see how well they are trained in actual sword instead of just using a wooden cane like we saw in the first chapter. The artwork, like I said, it's amazing. It's very consistent. Although the pacing is kind of slow, but I can understand that because uh, this whole experience is more atmospherical, and the fact that the mangaka wants to develop these characters on on it, on the base of the environment that they are living in, and he's taking the time to develop these characters. I could appreciate that and I respect that. So I have a minor issue with the pacing, but I could understand the reason why the pacing is a bit slow. The artwork, beautiful, like I said earlier, and the scenes where Oko is seductive. It's not like it's raunchy or anything. The artwork presents itself as to be uncomfortable because we, as the audience, should feel uncomfortable. And that's what the artwork is for, to express the feelings that the mangaka or the artist wants the audience to feel, you know. And it's actually really done well, you know. So what do you guys think about this chapter? And leave your views in the comment section below. Like this video if you like this chapter or my review. Till next time.